welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm finally going to be sharing with you my recipe for sweet pulled pork barbacoa, which is so delicious. We love it to top salads, to put in pork burritos or quesadillas, stuff like that. Ever since I mentioned it in my Costco grocery haul, so many of you have requested this recipe. I think I got like 100 requests, more than I ever have in my entire YouTube career. So we're gonna make it today and I'm really excited to share it with you. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's really easy. You just have to plan in advance. I recommend starting this recipe 3.5 hours before you are going to serve dinner because it is slow cooked, but it is really simple. So don't be afraid of the amount of time involved. It's 3 o'clock and I'm going to start it so that we can hopefully eat at 6:30. And just FYI, I don't really feel on my A game today. I'm actually really tired and I hope you guys don't mind that I'm not like totally prepared for this video. Like I usually try to do my hair and makeup really nice, but I'm just feeling kind of like, it's just, you know, there's just a lot going on right now and I really need to use this pork tonight, so I'm still going to be filming this video for you guys. Normally the kids are like really fussy because I'm not paying attention to them. I'm actually cooking, but Daniel's actually home today and he's playing outside with them. Unfortunately, the reason he is home is not such a good one. Yesterday when he was chopping some wood, a piece of wood flew up into his eye and scratched his cornea, and he was actually in urgent care, and today he's just kind of resting it. So yeah, things have definitely been a little crazy for our family, but at least we're gonna have a really good dinner. This pork loin is $12.53 from Costco. It's only $1.89 a pound there, which is amazing. So I always get a huge chunk there. And now we're just gonna unpackage it and prepare it for our pork burritos. Okay, and the fat will render down in cooking and then you dump it out of the pot. So I'm not gonna worry about removing that. But I am gonna just roughly chop this. I should be on a cutting board, but you just wanna roughly chop it into about 5 or 6 pieces. Oh, I think Coco got hurt though. So I am preheating the oven to 300 degrees, which again, we are gonna be slow cooking this. And then I usually use an enameled cast iron pan, but I don't have it right now, but this one is still oven proof as well. Just make sure whatever you use, my Dutch oven is ideal, but just make sure whatever you use is oven proof. And you're gonna need a lid as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna dry off the meat. And then stick it into the pan. Usually I don't do this, but this one is really, really wet. So I'm just gonna drizzle over all the meat, some salt and some pepper, and then I'm going to use my hands to mix it up and coat all the meat. And it's a lot of meat, so make sure you put enough. I'll have the recipe linked in the description box below. I'm just going to put on an oven-proof lid and put it in the oven and set a timer for 2 hours. So it is now 5:30 and my timer just went off to pull the pork out of the oven. So I'm going to show you what it looks like right now, and then we're going to shred it with some forks. Just roughly shred it because it still has to cook on top of the stove now, which I'm running about a half hour behind, and when I do that I usually don't slow cook it quite as long on the stove top. Instead of cooking it for an hour and a half, I just cook it for an hour. So you can do it, it just won't be quite as tender, but it's still really good. So let's pull it out of the oven now. It smells so good in here, by the way. Okay, so as you can see, all of that fat has actually rendered down. It's just liquid around the meat now. So we're gonna dump all of that out and reuse this pot to cook it on the stove now. And I'm just going to pull out each piece of meat and shred it on a cutting board with 2 forks and then put it right back in the pot. Hi, baby. Hi, sweet pea. So I just dumped out all the liquid, FYI. Okay, so the meat is actually getting pretty tender already. But like I said earlier, don't overthink shredding this really fine right now because it will continue cooking and then start falling apart. Okay, so now that my pork is all shredded in this pot here, I am just going to dump in, I usually do the whole jar of Jack's salsa. This is from Costco, and it's a 48-ounce jar. It calls for 3/4 of the jar, and I just usually like to put in a little extra. So I'm gonna dump that in now. And then it also calls for 1 to 1.5 cups of brown sugar. And if you have a bigger pork roast, you'll use the whole 1.5 cups. If yours is smaller, then you'll use the 1 cup. But really, it's all to taste. So if you like things more on the sweet side, do the whole 1.5 cups. Okay, so now I'm just gonna try to mix it. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix it together a little bit, and then we're going to bring it to boil over a medium-high heat, and once it starts boiling, we're going to reduce it to a simmer and let it simmer for 1.5 hours. So my pork is now boiling very nicely. It smells so good right now. But I'm gonna turn it down to a low heat so that it will simmer slowly and just get really tender. And it will probably be done in about probably about another hour, and it'll be done. And I said earlier you want to start like 3.5 hours before you're ready to eat dinner. I would recommend 4 actually, because it takes a little bit of time to shred the meat and chop everything up, so you just want to allow for that. Can't keep hungry husbands and kiddos waiting. Okay, so the pork is now done, and I've just set out some sides. I have some chopped up tomatoes, some shredded cheese, pinto beans, which I want to show you the can that I have. These are just, Chloe's being really loud right now. These are just organic pinto beans from Trader Joe's. I love the flavor of these, so I always have these when we're having the pork burritos. We have some flour tortillas because we're doing burritos tonight. And then I have some sour cream, guacamole, and some shredded lettuce. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Like I said, you just have to plan ahead with this meal, and the rest of it is just really easy. And we are doing paper plates tonight because the less dishes, the better. Okay, so it is now past 9:30. I gave the kids a bath after dinner, which we had late, and now they're finally in bed, so I'm going to clean up the kitchen, but hopefully do just a quick job of this because I want to go to bed. It's actually not too bad. I'm just going to unload the dishwasher, load it, and then the table, because we had paper plates, is not that bad either, so I'm just going to quickly do that first because it's the quickest job. So I packaged some of the pulled pork up for another night's dinner. It's in the fridge, and I'm just gonna freeze the rest of this and pull it out for a dinner later on, which is really nice. So this is gonna feed us for like, well, the stuff in the fridge will probably be like lunch tomorrow and then dinner later this week, and then this will be at least enough for a lunch and dinner. So it really makes a ton, and it's so nice to have it in the freezer to just pull out later on when you're feeling tired and don't know what to cook. So now I'm going to clean the countertops with this Method all-purpose spray. It's the scent Pink Grapefruit, and I really love it. It smells really good. I've tried this for the first time a few weeks ago, and I really like it. And it's a really affordable all-natural cleaner. Wow, he does this every night. So I'm out of these, but the dishwasher detergent pods that I'm using right now are the Method Power Dish detergent packs, and usually I feel like I need to rinse the dishes really well, but these clean them really well. I think it might be our dishwasher too. And the kitchen is completely done. Pup is in here for the night. Pup. And there are a few more dishes in the dishwasher, or in the sink, but at this point I also need to wash that cast iron pan. I'm just going to do those dishes later though, because at this point I just need to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock and I'm just so tired. We have a big day tomorrow. We're going to the zoo. We're having a play date there actually. I'm meeting a friend who has 2 kids, one that's Marcus's age and a girl that's a little bit older. And I'm really excited, but I just need to get to bed so I can wake up early and prepare them a lunch. So I'm just gonna end the vlog here. The recipe will be down below. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm so happy that I could share with you and that you guys are so looking forward to it. I think that you and your families are going to love it. Let me know how it turns out. I love hearing from you guys. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Justine Marie 55. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry that I was not my usual self, but thank you so much for bearing with me today, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.